this next comedian has opened for Jerry Seinfeld. He's also a retired attorney and a really funny friend of mine. Give it up for the one and only Elliot Glicksman.
All right. So, anybody else think they were coming to a Medicare Advantage seminar tonight?
Yes.
Just me? Yeah, look at us. We look like refugees from an AARP conference. Unbelievable. So it's nice to be here. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all of you. I'm Jewish. My wife's Catholic. I know she's Catholic because right when I met her, I learned that because she gave me up for Lent. Being a Jew, I didn't know that thing lasted 9 months. That's quite So we had kids, and we didn't know how to raise them. I'm Jewish, she's Catholic, yes. We kind of raised them both. And they grew up really wonderfully confused. Yeah. They go around the house singing Oy Vey Maria. Deck the halls with matzo balls. They had no clue. No. So I'm older now. I'm an older guy. A lot of things you notice as you're getting older. Young women can't see me. I'm invisible to young women. But they can't see me staring, so that works out. And you try and stay in shape as you get older. You want to get in shape. I went to a personal trainer. She told me, if you can bench press your own weight, you're in good shape. So now if I can just get down to 67 pounds, I will be a dynamo. And it's easy to lose weight now. Now they got Wegovy, they got Ozempic. 30 years ago, what did they have? They had liposuction or liposuction. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I call it liposuction because it sounds more like something I'd like. But and what they do, or what they did, is they would suck the fat out of you, but then they'd sell it back for your wrinkles. Like they could suck it out of your thigh and put it in your forehead. They could suck it out of your butt, put it in your lips. Yeah, you could kiss my ass. Trying so hard to stay in shape. Trying so hard. I drink water. Gotta drink water. You guys know this. This is true. You guys know that the city of Tucson is going to toilet to tap. Oh, yeah. Do you know that? Yeah. They're transitioning to toilet to tap water. They know people are concerned, so they're saying it will not be direct. It will have some enhanced treatment. Now, when I go to the store and I see enhanced water, I think, it's got vitamins, it's got electrolytes. In this case, I think enhanced just means no poop. Yeah. That's it. And I don't know why people get so upset about drinking from your toilet. What's the big deal? My dog lived to 15. Trying to stay healthy, I'm eating fiber. We're all eating our fiber. You gotta do that. Eating your grape nuts, your bran flakes, your all bran. It tastes terrible, but we do it. And would it kill the cereal manufacturers? Would it kill them to make it a little more fun for us? Maybe put a prize in the box. Right? Ooh, reading glasses. Inflatable lumbar support! Yeah, we all eat our fiber. One of the worst things about getting older is shrinking. I'm shrinking now. Yeah. I mean, I'm really shrinking. When you turn 65, you have to get a new driver's license. They took a picture of me, you can see my feet. Oh my God. And you wouldn't know it looking at me now, but I was always kind of short. went to a tough middle school, junior high in Milwaukee, and all the white kids were greasers, the white boys. And so there I was, I slicked back my jet black hair, I put on my skin-tight Levi's, and I had these black leather shoes that came to a point. And I was 4'6". I didn't look tough. I looked like a cross between Elvis and a Keebler.
Wow.
I put a toothpick in my mouth to try and look tough. That didn't help. I looked like an appetizer. I don't even know how that makes you look tough. It's like, come here, I'll poke your eye out. Bend down. Oh, man. Yeah, not everything's shrinking, though. The men are laughing because your balls go down to your knees now. You play hacky sack with them now. Oh my God. I go to the department store to buy underwear. They say, boxers or briefs? I say, direct me to your tube socks. Oh, man.
36 long.
One of the worst things about getting older, dealing with these young people in authority. You know, got to deal with young doctors. Doctors, that's a good one. My doctor retired. I'm sitting in the waiting room, meet my new doctor. She comes in, and I didn't know if she's really a doctor or if she's going for a doctor merit badge. Was she going to examine me, or did she want me to buy cookies? Real, I said, how many years have you been practicing? She said, this many.
Yeah.
And then she didn't believe a word I said. I was telling her all my issues, medical stuff. Was it all medical? She doesn't believe me. She's like, acting like I'm a hypochondriac, which I don't mind that, really. Because my wife has said I'm a hypochondriac, my kids have said it, my gynecologist. I mean, so I'm okay with it. But I'm like, oh, you know, so, and she doesn't believe any of I finally convinced her I really do have an allergy to cotton. And finally, she gives me pills for it. I still can't get them out of the bottle, though. And I'm lucky. I got, longevity runs in my family. My parents are still alive. You get older than I am. And man alive. And my mom, God bless her. My mom still has my baby book, and probably a lot of moms in the office like that. There's a special thing. She still has my baby book. She keeps it current. She's on like volume 71, baby's first colonoscopy. Yeah. She wrote in the margin, no polyps. Good job. Thanks, Mom. It was the bran flakes. Oh. Need a little of this. I'm having memory issues. What are they talking about? Oh yeah, I know. Being married. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been married for almost 40 years. Yeah. See, people clap for that. That's really nice. It's like, I can suck as a comedian, but you must be an okay guy.
Yeah.
But it's very it's interesting being married because there are secrets to being married. There are tricks that you learn to make your marriage work. And those of you who have been fortunate enough to have a long marriage know what I'm talking about. For number one, you got to try and work stuff out before you get married. Figure out stuff so you don't argue about it later. Like my wife and I, before we ever got married, we made a rule. She'd make all the small decisions. I would make the big decisions. So she decided things like where our children would go to school, who their doctor would be. I decided things like China. How to deal with China. You know, stuff like that. I had the big issues. But what are the other rules of successful marriage? How about this one? Don't cheat on your spouse. Pretty obvious. Don't cheat on your spouse. And let me tell you from my own perspective. I got this beautiful, kind, wonderful wife. And the idea of being in bed with another woman and disappointing her too. And I would disappoint that I am a boring lover. I'm a boring lover. I masturbate, my hand falls asleep. I am.
Wow.
Oh, it is bad. Yeah. No, it is. I'm in bed with her. I fantasize I'm somebody else. I remember the other night we're right in the middle of making love. I call it the middle. I'd already finished. She was just starting though, so I average it. She's been I'll tell you the fourth thing. I'll tell you the fourth thing now about having a good marriage. Developing trust. You gotta have trust. And it took a while. It's not like you have instant trust. I remember my most sincere moment, 1985. I got down on one knee. I asked her if she would marry me. And she looks at me and she goes, "Do you just want to marry me because my aunt left me a bunch of money?" Yeah. I said, "No. I wouldn't care who left you the money." So she gets all mad. I made it up to her though. For years on our anniversary, I'd take her to Vegas to see her favorite artist, Tom Jones. Do you have any other Tom? Okay. So we would get tickets. We'd be at the MGM Grand. We'd sit in the front row. My wife would look at Tom Jones, and she'd make these little moaning noises. These were sounds I've never been able to elicit. So when Tom was done, I would think, well, this has gone well for me. I'm going to go back up to our room. So I go up to our room, and I dim the lights, and I light a candle. Back then, I put on a Tom Jones CD, and I put on these skin-tight black leather pants. And for good measure, I had this potato. Some of you are way ahead of me on that. And I took it, and I stuck it in my pants. And it didn't help at all. Probably should have stuck it in the front. Getting older now, and as you get older, you can't help but think about what comes next, right? What happens when we're gone? You know, men have a shorter life expectancy than women. Married men have a little longer life expectancy than single men, or at least it seems longer. But, you know, I've always learned that if you're good and kind and nice, you get to heaven. And when you get there, you're greeted by all of your relatives. And I'm thinking, what an incredible disaster. I mean, you get to see the people I've spent my whole life trying to avoid. And you see them for eternity. Forever. But then there's some people that say you don't have to be good your whole life. You don't have to be nice your whole life. You can be the worst, meanest, cruelest person in the world. You can still go to heaven. As long as right before you die, the instant before you die, you repent, you accept God, you get in. Which is cool, except for the people who are nice their whole life, that kind of sucks. You know? I mean, you're in Heaven's Cafeteria next to Johnny Come Lately here, you know? Yeah, I'm sure you are really sorry, Mr. Dahmer.
Wow.
Could you get that fork off my leg, please? Yeah. Another interesting thing about getting older is you really appreciate the differences between men and women. I certainly do. And there is a biological, genetic, hormonal, there's a difference. And some things you can't escape. For example, women get out of the shower to pee. That's a fact. Or the bathtub. They do. It's science. The other thing is, women do not brag about themselves and men do. This is true. Women do not brag about themselves and men do. Women will brag about their kids. They will not brag about themselves. I'll give you an example. My wife could work full time, work an 8-hour day, come home, pay the bills, make dinner, do the laundry, never mentioned it. Never. I, on the other hand, could take out one bag of garbage. I walk back in the house, I look at her and I go, see any trash? Probably not. Because it's gone. I took it out. And boy, if I emptied the dishwasher, throw a parade. No, I'm kidding. I never emptied the dishwasher. I don't know where that stuff goes. Oh. God does one little thing. I put in a dimmer switch. A 5-minute job, put in a dimmer switch for the next 3 months. Anybody coming by the house? Hey, come on in here. Look at this. Bright, dim, bright, dim, bright, dim. Nina Phillips said, look at this. Bright, dim, bright. I'm kidding. I have no idea how to put in a dimmer switch. I'm not really handy. I think after we built the pyramids, the Jews were like, enough already with the building. No more with the building anymore. No. I'm really not handy. If a light bulb burns out in my house, one light bulb will burn out. Why do we need so much light now? I mean, do we really need this much light in the house? And like, a couple months later, a few more will burn out. I'll look at my wife and I'll say, do we really need this house? I mean, why do we need this house? Plus, it's really dark in here. You guys have been really nice. I want to leave you with this one thing, because I was thinking about lights, and Hanukkah's coming up. Hanukkah's the same night as Christmas Eve. Festival of Lights. And Light of Menorah. And I think Christians, all people, Catholic. Hey, we got any Jews here? Oh boy. Outnumbered again. Yeah. Screw those Jews. No. No, but you guys, Christians, whatever your faith is, Christmas is a much easier holiday. You give your kid presents one night. It's over. It's done. Hanukkah lasts 8 nights. Not a Jew, but you knew. That's good. Test for the rest of you later. No, Hanukkah lasts all 8 nights, and rich or poor, parents have to give their child a present each one of those nights. That's true. And my parents did not have really any money, but they knew the tradition. They knew the custom. And I still remember to this day, I'm about 10 years old, first night of Hanukkah, they give me a present. I open it up, and there inside is G.I. Joe's head. His head. I kind of knew what the next 7 nights were bringing me. Of course, nowadays I wouldn't mind a little head the first night of Hanukkah. Hey, thank you very much, you guys. You've been really kind. Thank you. Well, you could. It's on Amazon. I wrote a book on Amazon. If you want to read it, it's not that good, really. But
Somebody
name
failed
of it?
marketing.
I make a couple of bucks.
What's the
But
name of it?
it's called So Far So Good, but there's a bunch of other books called So Far So Good. And actually, it's a picture of me falling out of a building. And as I'm falling past the 50th floor, the guy says, "How's it going?" And I go, "So far, so good." But it's by me, Elliot Glicksman. But thank you again for being such a nice audience.
Give it up for Elliot, you guys.